again, everyone, and welcome to OT the Hockey Show. I'm Colin Zappia. We've got an action-packed show for you over the course of the next 30 minutes. We'll catch up with some of the players' wives and learn about their work with Hockey Fights Cancer. We'll also hear from you with regards to the failed bid by the Senators to host an outdoor game on Parliament Hill. To get things going, though, let's learn a little bit more about Ryan Dzingel in our Senators profile.
Here's some speed coming into the line. It's Dzingel. Dzingel scores! What a goal by Ryan Dzingel! And he's tied the game.
Being a young NHL player, Ryan Dzingel had to take the right mentality this past summer in his training to be able to make an impact on management early in the season.
I think I had a good training staff this summer. My friends and my trainer kind of instilled in me that I'm not there to just make the team. I'm there to make a difference. So I think I trained this summer to not just make the team. I trained to produce and do the little things that I knew I could do. And I think it built my confidence a lot. So coming in here, I had a few good games, and then it just kept going. And now I'm playing with some really good players. So it's been fun so far.
The NHL dream really took shape for Dzingel as he entered his collegiate years in the NCAA at The Ohio State University.
Ohio State was huge for my career, and it helped me out a lot. I made a lot of great friends, and my three best buddies and me usually go back for a week. I went back this year for the golf outing, the alumni golf outing, and I'll go back when we play Columbus and hopefully watch a game there. It was a great university and helped me out a lot, and it's definitely a lot of fun even going back today.
Of course, being a young player means you have some hockey idols, and for Ryan Dzingel, there are some familiar faces as he looked up to Dion Phaneuf and Bobby Ryan.
I think it's like a little older brother type thing. I think 6 years is still a lot of years when you think about it. I think I was 13 or 12 when Bobby and Dion started getting into the NHL. So watching those guys as a young kid was pretty cool, and then just them taking me under their wing helped me out a lot. So it's not more of a look up type of thing. It's more of an older brother and helping me out a lot, and I've appreciated it so far.
Although having a partial season under his belt, Dzingel still catches himself being in awe of who he's on the ice with.
I think everybody, though, I think looking at Carlson and Bobby Ryan and Dion, Chris Neal, guys like that, I think all of them kind of, when you start, it's kind of in awe. And when you take face-offs against Yager and certain guys like that, I still catch myself looking at them a little bit just because it's been so new to me. So I'm getting over that now, just kind of playing the jersey instead of the guy. So it's been cool, and definitely playing with some of these great players is awesome for me.
Of course, playing on a team, teammates become family, and families there to support each other through tough times. This was the case with Ottawa helping Craig Anderson.
Yeah, that was tough, finding that out and seeing Andy and how emotional he was after the big shutout was sad. My dad went through it 2 years ago, so I felt exactly what he was feeling, and I don't think a lot of the guys know exactly what it feels like when you have so much doubt in someone you love. So it's definitely a weird feeling at first, and just try to be there for Andy and let him know there's always going to be hope, and just trying to make him feel like a normal guy. And I think he's with her now and going to be with her and to whatever she needs. So we're just supporting them and keeping them in our prayers.
This year, the Sens are learning from new head coach Guy Boucher, and Dzingel has taken note on how Boucher has helped his game.
Definitely you feel a difference. He's really intense, and he knows what he wants. So he's going to tell you exactly what he wants, and you're going to give that for him just because he's passionate and you know how much he wants it too. So like I said, he's been great for me. He's been one of my favorite coaches in pro hockey, if not my favorite. He flat out tells you what you need to do, and there's no secrets with him. So it's definitely helped my confidence, and it's helped me prepare. And I know exactly what I need to do out there, and makes the game really simple. He's really vocal, so that's helped me so much. Not just on the bench, but he pulls me aside and talks to me. And a lot of coaches won't do that, especially when you're a rookie. It's kind of give or take type of thing where he's going to say one thing and expect it and not really talk to you. But coach is an honest coach, and he's been good to me. He's told me exactly what I need to do and what type of player I need to be, and I think the speed and pace has definitely helped my game.
Raised just outside of Chicago, Dzingel grew up being a Cubs fan and got the pleasure to watch Game 7 of the World Series.
When Chapman gave up that 2-run home run, I'm not going to lie, I doubted the boys. I didn't think we were going to win, so it was a crazy game, a lot of back and forth, and of course the Cubs are going to make it interesting, and I thought the GOAT was back and we were going to lose again, but it was awesome to see, and I got to live it through my friends' Snapchats and videos, so it was kind of like I was there.
With a very strong start to the season, Ryan Dzingel will look to help lead the Ottawa Senators' push for a playoff spot. For OT the Hockey Show, I'm Tyler MacDonald.
Outnumbered in the offensive zone, Dzingel drops a puck.
I'm going to set the scene for you. Stand set up on Parliament Hill, a beautiful, freshly Zambonied ice rink with 2 NHL teams ready to go. The Senators wanted to host an outdoor game on Parliament Hill, but unfortunately, because of logistics, the federal government didn't allow that to happen. We went to you, the fans, to find out if you were disappointed in that decision.
You Said It is brought to you by Gabriel Pizza.
I thought it was an amazing idea. I mean, how epic would a game at Parliament Hill with the Peace Tower in the backdrop be for Ottawa? And I mean, it would be probably the most famous game in the history of Canada. And unfortunately, there's so much red tape in our society these days, and so much worry of security that, you know, it's unfortunately not going to happen. I thought it would have been just unbelievable for something like that to happen, especially in the 150th year of Canada.
I didn't really have much of an opinion on it, to be honest. A game is a game. I'm happy with it if I get to watch it. So
it would have been nice to have it there, but I think logistically it would have been a nightmare. Security-wise would have been a nightmare. If anything, they should be looking at TD Place now, just because everything's already kind of there. So that's, I think, what they should be looking at now. It would have been nice, but at the same time, you have to think of everyone's safety at this point.
I think it was a crazy idea anyway. Yeah.
I was disappointed. Yeah, I could have gone to see it. So.
It'd be pretty neat seeing it with the Peace Tower behind.
Yeah.
I was a little bit disappointed, but I also understand that Parliament Hill might not be the best, has the best infrastructure to play a hockey game there, and maybe they can play somewhere else in Ottawa.
It would have been nice to see it in front of Parliament Hill, given the big anniversary it is for Canada. I still would like to see it be held in Ottawa, and I know TD Place is a realistic option, so it would be nice to see it there, but I'm a bit disappointed not to see it in front of Parliament.
I guess I think the logistics of it don't really make sense, in my opinion, to fit so many people at Parliament Hill. It would have been super cool, but I think TD Place is a pretty good location to have an outdoor game too, and I hope that can happen sooner or later. So, yeah.
I mean, of course I'm disappointed. I would love to see that. I live close by, so I would have been ecstatic to go to a game there for sure.
Yeah, it would have been pretty iconic to have it there on Parliament Hill for Canada 150 and the NHL celebration, but I mean, there's always other options, and I'm sure they'll be just as good.
It's unfortunate, but that's, you know, it doesn't always work out, so it's unfortunate, but what do you do?
I think it would have been a great venue for a hockey game. It's just too bad it didn't work out, I guess. So.
I'm disappointed, actually. I think it would be pretty cool for Canada to have that in 2017.
Thank you so much, guys.
His first 5.5 seasons were spent with the Ottawa Senators before he was dealt to the Boston Bruins, where he helped lead them to a Stanley Cup championship. Now he's back in Ottawa, and we talked to Chris Kelly about his injury-plagued season last year and his return home.
The third goaltender for Arizona would be Justin Peters. He played. Now a steal by Kelly, walks in, shoots, scores! That one's in, and it's 4-2 Ottawa.
You feel so far being back here in Ottawa?
It's been great being back. Obviously, with a new coach, new systems, new teammates, there's a lot of new things to experience. And like you said, it's still early in the year, and you're trying to adjust and find your way. But so far, so good.
I think the new coach is a big thing for a lot of people here in Ottawa. What were you expecting coming forward with head coach Guy Boucher?
Obviously playing against Guy when he was in Tampa there, and you kind of knew his style of coaching, and but other than that, I didn't know Guy as a person. But so far everything's been very structured. He's the coaching staff is very well prepared. Make sure we're very well prepared. So it's been nice. Every day we come in, there's a plan in place, and you go out there and you try to execute it.
You spent most of last season on the bench, unfortunately, broken femur. How's that feeling?
It feels good. Everything is healed up nicely, and the training staff in Boston did a great job with me, helping me get back to where I am, and obviously the training staff here in Ottawa has been fantastic, helping me so far this year.
And I know a big reason you were brought in was to bring some, I guess, veteran to the locker room, and you're playing with players like Dion Phaneuf, Erik Karlsson. How do you feel you fit in this locker room? What do you feel like you can bring for the younger players?
I think veteran's a fancy word for old. I think I've experienced a lot in my career. Some being on winning teams and being on teams that don't make the playoffs. I think it's just helping the young guys with the experiences that I've had, and obviously you mentioned Erik and Dion. Both well-respected players, been in the league for a number of years now, and you just try to compliment them and help them out in the leadership role. And I think we have a great locker room here. The guys are very receptive to anything anyone has to say to help out, and that's the main thing. I think is just being there to help in any capacity.
Last time you were here playing up in Ottawa, you had players like Daniel Alfredson and Jason Spezza. What are the main differences do you find, when you were that age playing with those guys and the age you are now playing with the guys you are now?
Not too much, to be honest. Obviously, I've been fortunate to play with talented players when I was in Ottawa before, when I was in Boston, and now being back in Ottawa. We got a lot of talent on this group, and I think it's just, helping the talent any way you can. I think, it always comes back to that help word, and, and supporting, and, nothing's really changed in the way I approach games and the way I play games.
And I hate bringing up last season, but it was a disappointing one for a lot of people. Going forward this year, obviously every team wants to make the playoffs, but just going forward, what are your expectations for yourself and for the rest of this team?
I think, when you have expectations, maybe they're too high or too low. I think you just need to come and approach the day and try to get better. And I think if that's, my only expectation is to come and get better every day, and I hope that goes for the team mindset as well. If you look too far, you're going to find yourself in trouble. It's a long season, 82 games. I think when you put labels on things, oftentimes they become distractions.
Okay, well, great. Thank you so much. Good luck for the rest of the season. Thank you.
After lighting it up in the queue with over 100 points in his draft year, expectations were that he would be drafted somewhere higher than where he was in the 7th round by the Ottawa Senators. This year he starts the year in Binghamton. Our future Sen is Francis Perron.
Francis Perron was picked up in the 7th round by the Ottawa Senators during his time in the queue with Royan Nylander, where he spent 4 seasons. Perron was expected to go in the 3rd round, leading to some disappointment for the 20-year-old centerman, but he's turned a lot of heads in his last 2 seasons in junior hockey.
It wasn't like it was a fun day. Obviously, it was it's pretty fun to get drafted, but for me it was a little difficult because I was ranked maybe middle of 3rd round, and I went 7th round at the end. So it wasn't supposed to be like a stressful day, and it became one. But I got drafted, and I was pretty happy it was Ottawa because they didn't have like a lot of picks, and I knew that they were gonna help me getting better, and they were pretty happy to pick me in the 7th round also. So it was tough, but when I got drafted, once you get drafted, you have the same chance as anyone else. So I got here ready, and I think I impressed them my first year, and since then they worked with me a lot.
Perron recorded 76 points in 64 games in 2015, earning him the C in his final season, where he led the Huskies to the Memorial Cup before falling to London. Despite ending his career on a losing note, Perron recorded 33 points in 18 games in the postseason, earning him his second MVP award.
It's tough to describe. We won the President Cup. We lost in the final of Mem Cup in overtime against London. So it was a very nice run, a great group of guys. I've been playing there for 4 years, so it was pretty emotional at the end. I knew it was my last year, so with my billet, with every guys that I met there, so it was a really fun year, and it was pretty emotional at the end.
The 2017 season marks his first year in the AHL, but despite the success of his last 2 seasons, Perron has a lot to learn on the road to becoming an asset in professional hockey.
They've been talking to me since they drafted me. They've been working with me. Sean Donovan helped me a lot with my development. Randy Lee. So this year they want me to become a better player, obviously, but they want me to work on my defensive game again, because I was a defensive guy in the junior league, and obviously they want me to get stronger physically, to maybe go to the net a little more. But the main thing for me is use my speed every shift. So, I had problems in the past of being lazy a little bit, so now I think I'm way better than I was, and they want me to keep going the same way.
Perron is locked up with the Senators for 3 years on an entry-level contract. The 6-foot centerman has a lot to look forward to.
I'm gonna start in Binghamton. I hope so, and I want to become a defensive player in the AHL. But obviously, I'm a young guy, and there's a couple good players there, and we're gonna have a good team in Bengal this year. So I'm gonna have to make my place and work hard, and I think just try to improve my game every day, and everything. If everything goes well, maybe I can get a call up this year. Anything can happen. So I just want to get better as a player, and if the call comes, I'll be ready.
For OT the Hockey Show, I'm Elizabeth Ogalis. Since 1998, there is one fight the NHL and the NHLPA agree on: the fight against cancer. For 18 years, the NHLPA and the NHL, along with the National Hockey League Foundation, have partnered with various cancer organizations to help raise awareness. The Ottawa Senators organization is no stranger to the disease, with Brian Murray, the shocking leukemia diagnosis to the Sens in-house host stuntman Stu in early 2016, and most recently, Nicole Anderson, wife of goaltender Craig Anderson.
There's just so much more to fight for when you have someone close to you that has it. Like my grandma had it, and you felt that way, but then seeing someone, that has the same life as you, does the same things as you, and you spend time with, and you're just kind of like, wow, I can't believe how hard I want to fight now.
It was a shock, and very, very brave family, very courageous woman, and yeah, my thoughts are with them at the moment.
The Hockey Fights Cancer campaign runs for 1 month, ending on November 18th. It involves all 30 teams hosting its own awareness night, while local cancer organizations will get a donation. Here in Ottawa, that night was Saturday, November 5th. Players wore Stick by Nick stickers on their helmets and wore special purple jerseys during warm-ups. Select Senators' wives and girlfriends joined President Cyril Leader to distribute I Fight For cards inside the Canadian Tire Centre prior to puck drop.
I'm not surprised. I've seen them do this before with Stuntman Stu. Last year I was amazed by that, and I think this year I've been so surprised in the fact that people gathered so quickly. Like the girls, we want to do everything. We're doing everything we can just to show her our support. And I think it's great, everything everyone's doing. But, I just think that it's so exciting to see that these people are rallying around someone else again. Because it's been, 3 years? We had Brian, and then Stuntman Stu, and now Nicole. Everyone's been so great.
It's something, right? It's at least to feel like You're not just sitting at home, you participate in something. And if that's the least we can do, I wish I could do more, but at least let's start with this.
All proceeds from Hockey Fights cancer donations will be donated to the Ottawa Senators Foundation in support of the Ottawa Hospital. To date, more than $16 million has been raised to support cancer programs across Canada and the U.S. For OT, the Hockey Show, I'm Elizabeth Ogalis.
The Nepean Junior Wildcats are off to another blazing start this year, and since the 2012-2013 season, Bruce MacDonald has been their head coach. He recently celebrated his 100th victory behind the bench. We caught up with Bruce to talk about that milestone and his program.
I'm always excited to cover women in any sport, especially in sports that are male-dominated. And right now I'm standing next to the head coach of the Nepean Wildcats, Bruce MacDonald. Bruce, we were talking off camera a little bit before about the league, the PWHL. Did I get that right?
That's correct. It's the Provincial Women's Hockey League. It consists of 20 teams. We play each team twice, so it's 38-game schedule. It's probably the premier league in North America for women's hockey. It's considered the best league for development for college hockey.
I had read at several places that it said that it was indeed one of the best leagues for women to play in. What is it that makes it so good to play?
Well, basically we have, Ontario in general has the most girls in women's hockey. For starters, it's the biggest province. That helps. We also have talent that's coming in from outside that's making our league that much better. And with the influx of additional talent and the fact that the kids can actually go up to age 21, the league is very strong and it's competitive. And basically on any given day, any team can beat anybody, which is what the league is aspired to do, and it's doing that, its job, and it's very, very competitive.
You had mentioned that it's actually quite an age range between 13 and 18, I think you said. Why is that?
Well, basically it's based on talent. In our particular case, we strive to look not just this year but next year and the year after, and that's why we try to develop younger players as well as the older players. But in a lot of cases, the younger players are better now. They're coming up, they're ready to play, and case in point, we have a couple of youngsters that are playing with us this year that are capable of playing and helping us. So we just feel for their development, it's better for them to play with us as opposed to playing down a level.
So then a young girl coming up at 13, is NCAA hockey in the States probably one of the highest ranks they would want to get to?
Yeah, that's right. That's Division I. NCAA is the top league for women's hockey, and that's basically their NHL essentially. And having said that, the CIS has very good teams as well, and their hockey has improved. Case in point, they're now beating some NCAA teams as well. So the hockey on both sides is getting better, and basically there's more girls involved. Now there's a European influx of players coming into North America to play hockey. So globally it's starting to show that women's hockey is growing, and that's certainly a case in point just in our little organization here.
Well, how long have you been doing this, and where have you seen women's hockey come from when you started till now?
I'm in my 15th year coaching, and 5th year with the PWHL team in Nepean. The biggest thing is the talent level. That's we're getting the better athletes now, and there's more of them. And I think the coaching is getting better as well. There's more of a commitment on the coaching front to get better, and I've seen it in our league in general that the teams are getting better from the bottom up. So it's only going to make for a better league and better development for our kids down the road. And certainly they're going to benefit that once they get to the next level.
I know you just got your 100th win, so congratulations for that as well, just a couple of weeks ago. Where do you hope to be by the end of this season? What's the ideal goal?
Basically, we're right now in second place, and we would ideally want to be in the top 4. The league is so tight. Right now, I'd have to give the edge to Oakville right now as the best team, but everybody else they're very, very competitive, and we would like to be with Oakville at the end of the year. That's our goal.
All right, Bruce, thank you so much, and good luck for the rest of the season. Thank you.
Well, that's all the time we have for this edition of OT the Hockey Show. On our next show, we'll profile Senators forward Chris Kelly, and we'll talk to their general manager, Pierre Dorion. We'll see you then.
Right there. Carrick moves up.